Okay, this is 4 days after I planted them. And look, they're already starting to sprout. The peppers are looking good, and once they get a little bit bigger and can withstand being outside, because we get kind of strong winds here, being close to the water. So when they can withstand being outside, I'll place them out there. Right now, I think they still look a little fragile. I keep them in here for a little bit longer. It looks like they're still doing pretty good, but I'm gonna put them outside pretty soon. The lavender is also starting to grow. Everything, like all this, the fresh green is all new since I bought this. Before it was like up to here where it was like the silvery. So I think it's gonna, yeah, it might start blooming soon. I need to take this outside too. It's doing pretty good here by the sunlight. Oh, that's just stuff from the flowers that the starfighter I had. And I have these flowers now. Michael just bought me the yellow ones last night, so they got added to my little bouquet. It looks beautiful. I love it so much. They're all so gorgeous. Oh, it's a little family picture. This table is probably one of my favorite tables in the house right now. It's a really nice day out. Put the plants outside so he gets some fresh air and some sunshine. I got a little planter for my jalapeno plant, so I'm going to do that today. I'm also probably going to put my lavender in a pot. I decided that I'm just going to put them in pots and then put the pots out there in the garden, because I don't feel like digging up the ground for this lavender plant. And I really don't know if I'm going to go get a second one, so I'm just going to put it in a pot. I've also bought my avocado outside and these guys, so they should enjoy some of the sun. So I actually got up early this morning and went out and planted the onions, and because I had so many onions and I haven't gotten garlic yet, I decided to just put onions on both sides. So both of the outsides, not the outside of the garden, but just this, I don't know, you know, from the layout from the last video, it's on the sides are the onions. And so now I have that, the squash, and the strawberries out there. I just also have been realizing that the back of the garden area tends to hold water. So I'm probably not going to plant anything like in that whole back row. If I can fit the peppers in there and still have room for tomatoes, then I'll get tomatoes. But good thing I haven't bought any tomatoes yet, because I'm not sure if there's going to be room for them. I might have to just wait until next year to do tomatoes, or just get another container for tomatoes like I did last year. Speaking of container plants, I repotted my jalapeno plant, so it's in here and it's looking good. It's got some new growth to it, so it looks really nice, and I really like it in this black container, which I'm pretty sure I mentioned before, but it came really cheap at Target. It was only $1 something. So, and they have smaller ones too, and they were only like 50 cents. So definitely pick up on these little plastic hangers, because they're actually not bad looking either. I mean, they're very simple. My avocado plant is still doing its thing. It's hard to tell with the light. I'm going opposite direction of the light. These little peppers, they're growing. Evie knocked one of my peppers over! And because I had so many onions, I put one in one of his pots, and they have 2 drainage holes in there, so it should grow. It said stuff should grow out of them, but I wasn't sure about onions. But we'll try it out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The onions are on the side. You can see with the rocks is where I like marked them, so they're on this side. The strawberries are planted down here. It's all my mess. And again, on this side you can see the rocks where I marked the onions, so they're like on the sides. So I have the squash here, and I know they're gonna get really big, so I can put the peppers like I guess here. And peppers and tomatoes can be like medium sized, and tomatoes, as long as I grow them up, they should be fine, so they might be able to fit. But you can see the puddle here. That's just every time it rains or anything, water just sits right here, and it sits. And it's been like that since last week, so I'm pretty sure nothing it's just gonna grow right there. So I repotted my lavender plant as well, and this is a pot I got from Walmart last year. Still cheaper at Target. And what was in there is this evergreen, which was also in this corner over here. And that's where I planted one of my elephant ears. And I marked it with some rocks. And then there's a flower which I marked by rock. And the other flowers here and over there all marked by rocks. Because I'm so creative. And in this corner is the same thing pretty much. The elephant ear and then 2 flowers. One of the bag only came with 2 flowers and one came with 3. So, alright, so I put the peppers out. And I don't know if you can tell, but I made them really like, I started out kind of far back and they started going closer and closer to the squash. And I was like, oh god, I gotta go back now. So they're kind of like all over the place. My lining is awful. But they're out now. So are the jets, so it's loud. I've watered this a couple times and I still feel like they need some more life. Also repotted my spearmint plant because the other one was having some bug issues that I didn't like in the kitchen, and plus everything else in there was dying and I just didn't feel like dealing with that. But I eventually want to try and make a salad garden with it. I thought about buying like a couple different lettuces, maybe growing some of the onions in there, and that way, you know, if I ever want to eat a salad, it's just right there for the picking. And I thought that would be really cute just to have in the kitchen. And it's supposed to be really simple, so good for me. And just the other stuff in there, I don't think it was going to come back to life. It was pretty, like, down in the dumps. It's now been a week since the last update, and this is how much they've grown. I'm going to go put them inside of that long container that I have because they're already starting to grow kind of big, but they're still skinny, so I want them to see if a big container will make them grow a little bit better. But they're sprouting up really nice. And my birthday was 2 days ago, and Michael bought me these flowers, which I love. It's like a bunch of different kinds of wildflowers and little flowers and stuff. And like this dahlia is really pretty. There's a starfighter here, and honestly, I don't know what this thing is, but I love it. And there's a little pink one here, and there's some daisies. There's a little sunflower. Oh! And just these little grass. Put them all over the sides. So there's one here, and there's 2 here. But it looks pretty. Like, all together, I love it. This is probably my favorite thing I've ever gotten. It's the perfect blend of stuff. And this thing, is this a vegetable or is it just a funky flower? My jalapeno has grown out of its container already and it needs another one, which I'm pretty blown about because I literally just put it in this. But they're pretty cheap containers, so I'm okay with that. But it has grown really quickly and it's about time for me to just like throw it outside. It's getting pretty warm out now, so I can just leave it on the deck. He is looking the same as he has been lately. The spearmint is growing really fast, just really fast. And I've been picking like the little things that grow, and then 2 more would sprout wherever I pick one. And it's like this here, how it's got the leaf and it's got the little sprout here. I'll just pick that part off and then it'll keep growing out of that. So I've been doing that to like a few of them, and then just kind of letting the other ones just grow out on its own because I don't want to get giant in this little container. But I did want to get it a little bit bigger. And it smells fantastic. And over here, I got these dahlias that my mother-in-law bought me for my birthday. So she brought them over yesterday, and they're really cute. They're so cute. I grew dahlias at our old house for 2 years, and they came out humongous. Like, they were the biggest dahlias anyone's ever seen. And honestly, like, it made me want to shy away from them because I didn't want them to be that giant. I mean, they were pretty, but it would literally be the stalk would be like super tall that I would need like a whole lot of support. And they would be bare. Like when it's short like this, it's cute. It's got a lot of leaves and stuff, but when they were really tall, it was just a giant stalk and a giant dahlia that would like weigh the whole thing down and topple over, and it was just a lot of work. And I didn't want to plant dahlias this year because I was so afraid of them growing humongously. But these little guys are really cute when they're small. Alright, well that's all I have for this week's plant update video. And if you liked it, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe to see more updates. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.